Granddaughter, your sister's going on stage and she wants to be an actress. And my comment is, well, you better start with stand-in, understudy. And you need to do is to network. Yes, you join Theater Arts, which is a magazine, and you go to some of their programs. Why? Well, you find directors there, you find producers there, and you talk with a lot of people. And who knows, you may find you'd rather be front of the house as an engineer handling sound or lighting than trying to get a job on stage. My father was in the Lyric Opera in Chicago when he was younger days, you might say. And he carried a spear. He sung. He carried a spear. In the background, he sung. He gets peanuts, but he gets paid peanuts, but he sings in the background. Yes, my father could also play the piano, and which is funny because my mother used to tell a lot of jokes. She never really got on stage, but she, mothers, fathers. Did they really get into it as a business? Oh, no. My father was a mechanical engineer. My mother was a nurse. But it's something held over from her days of tromping around a stage. But she says, well, while it runs in the family, you might say, it's not what you really want to do. But you said you want to be in movies. In my day, which is a long time ago, half a century ago, a young lady who wanted to be in movies, you might say, she would join the Screen Actors Guild. But what she would do is her father, usually it's a father who has money in that, hey, Daddy, why don't you do a commercial? You have a lot of money. Hey, you're sending her to school. Daddy, you want to do a commercial? And selling cars, or selling hamburger, or selling something. And they would get an ad agency, a legitimate ad agency. The daughter would go up there and do her spiel, for a 30-second clip or something, or a 1-minute clip. And it would be put on the midnight show. Why? It's cheaper. She needed to get 3 commercials under her belt. And then she joined the Screen Actors Guild, I guess. And then she could be one of the she could be part of the 98% of people who very likely will only get parts a walk-on. They won't get a speaking part because that's more money. So, but you want to get into the business, I would say animation, go online and go get yourself, you have a computer. Everybody has a computer. Doesn't have to be fast. Go online and do Maya, which is, I believe, is still free, or some of the other animation programs, and do titles. There's always titles. Or you can go to Adobe. If you can get an older copy of Adobe, somebody who has a legitimate copy, those used to be 30 days. You could run it, and then you put it onto another computer and run it on another computer. But now you can download it from Adobe, and It's 10 days. And Adobe used to do is their whole lineup, their whole master programs. You could download everything, a master program, which included everything. And it was activated for 30 days. And people did it. I did it. I did it for production editing, which of course I should understand. I went and bought CS3 production for about over $1,000. Oh God. Yes, and 3 months later they brought out CS4. And you look at the stuff, and I looked at that, and I saw that I could get CS4 on a DVD, bunch of DVDs. I think it was 3 DVDs for $15. But it was only good for, you could only use it once in a computer, and it was made for that, it's to run with XP. That old, yes. XP, you don't know what XP is? No. Okay, that old, yeah. But yeah. And in school, I networked. I worked in a warehouse and said, gee, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. And so I went to school. First it was photography, and then I learned you got to network. And then I joined Society of Motion Pictures and Television Engineers, which is a good organization to join. And then I joined Independent Producers of America, IPA. They were film. In my day was 16 millimeter film. And I got to meet a lot of people from the engineering standpoint. I met people from, of course, Chicago, Eastman Kodak, yeah, and they're engineers. I met people, well, at that time, the directors of Spielberg and Trumbull and people like that. And you got to know them, and they said, hey, ever get out of Hollywood, look me up. Here's my home address. Oh. Yeah. The guy, of course, I would see him a couple of years later, and they said, you never showed up. I said, yeah, well, hey, what are you going to do? I could do the same thing. When I graduated from college, 300 other people could do the same thing I did. When I got my master's degree, none of them had a master's degree, and I had a master's degree. And the guy says, master's degree, you know what that got me? You're overeducated. Ouch. But hey, not for that. But I went into I became an analytical chemist, or a chemical technician. Yes. And I networked. Oh yes, I networked with a lot of people, not just in the film business or TV business or theater business. And you learn that. More you learn, more you join, bigger range of people you network thing. And they may look at you and say, hey, you want a job? Because in the field of motion pictures, there's a turnover. A lot of people in school who take up the coursework do something else with their degree. And I meet people from where I graduated from. Gee, didn't you go into that? No jobs. Basically, the job goes up when you network. If you go to regional meetings, the jobs, you get to meet a lot of people, and they may say, hey, can you do this? Hey, I can light a stage. I can light a film, a movie. I can light TV. Well, TV's just basically that thing, unless you want to be creative in TV. That's that thing. Why didn't I get into it? Because it was a rich boys club. When I was in school, undergrad, I had my little Bolex camera, 16 millimeter reflex, $750 that cost me. Another student who brings in an eclair, 16 millimeter. Another student brings in an Arri BL, $40,000 as a student filmmaker. Oh, I can do better than that, what another student says. He has a $40,000 Steadicam, for holding the camera steady. Yes, these nice little rich kids. Yeah, so that's what I learned very quickly. You're not part of the group. You're not part of that group. You will never be part of that group. You can go to their parties at their home and everything else, but you're never going to be part of that group. You're never going to be the director. You're never going to be this. You're never going to be that. And you realize very fast, you're not going to be at that level. You're not going out to Hollywood. You're not going to New York. Okay? Those are the rich people. Oh, well, yes, you can do that. It's kind of like this. I worked with Steppenwolf Theater from the very beginning, when they were up on Highland Park, not where they are in Chicago now. And I knew Sinisi, and I know everybody, okay? They were all there, all the people there. And they asked me, well, I'm a technician. I'm part of the crew. I'm the guy who paints the flats and prepares the costumes and put on the makeup, things like that. But I'm not part of the thing because I'm not going to New York. I'm not going to Los Angeles. I'm the crew. That's about it. Did I ever appear on stage holding the spear, just like my father did in the lyric opera? He held a spear. And he sang. We could sing too. He played the piano. Yeah. My mother was when they were younger, they would work at bars, singing. Right. My mother would just hold a voice. Did she get into the thing of acting and telling jokes and that? No, she was a nurse. My father was a mechanical engineer. It's something they did, that thing. Do they network? Do they know people in the business? Yes. But, they said, well, I want a real business. You want a real job. You want something that's going to pay every week. You're in the field right now that if you can't starve a little bit, it's like your sister's going to be an actress. She better learn how to wait on tables, because 98% of those people that belong in a union are unemployed right now. Yes. That's the real world we always live in, because it's iffy between commercials and the directors, producers out there. When I was producing, I had a choice of girls to bring in or guys to bring in for parts, and I did. You here, you there, you there, you there. Oh, by the way, how much did your parents want to invest in this? So, and you don't come from rich families, so you better learn as much as you can. Yeah, that's what Adobe is for. Yes, become an animator. Learn how to be an editor, right? That's rough, and it's networking. I still network. Can I get a job at some of the old places? Yes, but I'm retired. I'm on the dole down for a while. And you're just starting out. Earn a lot of money, pay a lot of Social Security taxes. Okay, I'm about to hit 15